All right, first coming under here, you could see we bolted together the shorty headers to the Y pipe. And you can see there's a catalytic converter. And in case you're wondering, yes, I am going to put an O2 sensor in there, so don't worry. And I'll tell you, it's made a world of difference to remove this inner well liner. It gives you access to everything, and it makes getting access to these bolts a lot easier. I know these two aren't touching each other, but that's just the way it's designed. So there you could see. And I think I cut in the last video I already had installed the starter, and there's the starter there, which by the way is the original starter that I took off the truck. I just cleaned it up and cleaned the contact, I put some dielectric grease on the contacts and got that all squared up. Here's the other side, and here's the other shorty header to the Y pipe, and you could see that bolts up flush because it's just designed differently. But there's a gasket that my headers came with for that purpose. All right, so the exhaust is all bolted up. The next thing after the exhaust, we put the AC compressor on, and everything's wired up. The wiring harness is at least over here is where it needs to go. It's routed to where it needs to go. The knock sensors and the cam position sensor and the connectors to the starter, they're all installed and ran down to where they need to be. There's the crossover wire harness. That's in place. And then the ground on the driver's side is installed, as well as the knock sensor connector has been put back together. So, where does that take us? Well, the next step, according to my list of instructions here, which I'm going in reverse, would be the intake manifold. But I forgot to bring the gaskets. I forgot to bring the gaskets with me. So we're going to save that for next time. And in the meantime, we went ahead and started to install the cold air intake. Removed the old box, the old air filter box, and got the new box. In place. I'm a little bit concerned about the height of this. Is it going to clear the hood? And I'm pretty sure it is. I think this little notch right here in the hood is going to match up with this. See how it's rised up above the fender there? Anyway, you get the picture there. But anyway, the cold air filter is going to go in there. And remember, we reused the old mass airflow sensor. So that came from the old intake and filter. And that's where we're at for today. So we are quickly getting back to where we need to be with putting this back together. And the next episode, we're going to be working on the intake manifold, putting that on and connecting the fuel lines, the fuel injectors, the putting the radiator in, and rebuilding the front end of the truck. We're getting real close, real close to being able to start this thing up. So a couple more episodes, I think, and we'll be ready to fire this up. So hang in there with us, and be sure to check back in subsequent episodes. Thanks so much.